All right, y'all. Welcome back. Another backtesting stream. Just a quick note. My name is Steven. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, this is a non-participatory stream. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going through February right now, setting up a bias for the trading day. Obviously the trading month has happened, but we can definitely go back and replay and make decisions based off the price action. So I'm using the Deepcharts platform and I'm looking at a longer term volume based or time based profile, sometimes both. And based off of that, I'm going to have a bias on whether or not I think price is going to move to a previous range of value higher or lower, or break all time highs, break all time lows, whatever the case may be. I guess that would be zero. So all time highs. And I'm doing it using the Deepcharts platform and the Deepcharts backtester, which is absolutely sick in a good way. I've covered it on a couple other streams, but just to review, the first type of chart available is a profile chart. Let me move that out of the way as it's a distraction. And this is a TPO chart, and I haven't discussed this on any previous videos. So if I zoom in super close, you're going to see values, letters, and numbers. And they represent what price for every 30-minute block, for instance, where price hung out. So for this A block, it was just a massive move, right? So all of these A's from 25,952, I believe this is where it opened, this green A, all the way down to, oh my God, 25,623. It's also specified by this yellow, right, to make it easier. But you saw those are all A's. So that is the first block. 331 points in the first half hour of the market. Then in the second half hour of the market, it moved an additional, what is that, 140 something points. And it also spent some time back up in this range. So it's a TPO chart. It's based off time. So obviously you can see at what price time spent the most time as opposed to by volume. And these are RTH. I believe it's RTH. Let's go ahead and double check this. Real-time time-based group. So each block is 30 minutes. Covers a day. Split TPO, no. Filter time, it's RTH. Okay. So there you have it. And it helps me get an idea of where price may go. Now, the previous day, I mentioned that I thought price was going to maybe tap into this green zone and then maybe move up. Well, we actually broke the low of this 30-day zone. These profiles, another thing is I have them merged together. So you can't see that, but if you count the days, that's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. There's 18 profiles here. But if I unmerge the profiles, there would be 30. So I have all my levels marked, so let's go ahead and unmerge it. And I'll just show you how that works. On reset all. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 15, 20. I guess it's 30, right? It's actually 22. Maybe it's a 30-day period. So 22 trading days in a 30-day period. It must be what it is. So notice how these three are, the value areas are basically all in the value area, these big orange levels. The way to merge it is just to merge plus or merge minus. And that just makes it a little bit easier and clearer. You can do the same thing other places as well. But for now, like these two, most of the value area, even though it moved up a little bit, I kind of feel like we can merge all three of these. Technically, I think it might be a mistake, but for me, it feels right. So I merge those three together. So to me, this area, and I already have it indicated with these gray boxes, this is the area where we're going to return to. And before we either go up higher or bounce back to go lower. So just based off this information, I'm looking for price to continue to move upward. So let's move this away and let's make it I guess that's TPO-RTH. I guess that's the same one, isn't it? No, it isn't. Oh, that's day and night. Okay, that's all of them. So this is the nightly and the daily. Interesting. TPO-RTH. There we go. Thought I merged those. This is so weird. Maybe it's connected to. So interesting. That's kind of weird. Weird shit. So we're gonna get rid of that. So anyways, I digress. So I've marked some levels that I think are important, where I think price could move to, or where it may reject off of. And that's how I use this chart. The chart we're trading on, though, is this 40 range chart here. Now, a cool thing you can do, let me go ahead and get rid of, because I like to start from scratch every time just to get in the habit. Right? It is extra work, but you kind of learn better when you have to do things repetitively over and over again. So this is the fourth. And we had a pretty big range. This was the initial balance, which I always like to look at how far. It's a 284 point range. Then it extended to this protection area, which is pretty normal when we break the high or the low. So it extended, let's see how many points outside of the IBV initial balance, 100 points or so. And then we actually extended all the way to this average extension of another 197 points. So we had 303 points of extension outside the initial balance. Oh my God. And the initial balance was 289. Crazy. Then we retraced back into this zone after rejecting. So on the day, we closed down, what is that? How many points is that? $206 points. So 206 points. Then we retraced back 397 points. Crazy. And the total move on the day was $604 points. Insane. So big down day. We rejected hard, created a higher low. Expect us to maybe come back down, test this protection level now that we're looking at this, right? This protection level right here. And before moving back up towards 2,500, I think is the level. We're going to be moving back up towards 2,500 right here. Somewhere around there. So I have a long bias for the day. Cool thing we can do though, I think I can do it from here. I'm going to try. I can do it when it's a different type of chart. So I'm going to erase these levels out. I'm going to tell it to bring, um, where is it? Import annotation drawings from other chart, from the profile chart. So notice how now it overlaid all my levels from the profile chart. So I can identify my levels on the big profile chart that we reviewed here. And then I can print those levels on my NQ 40 range chart that I'm actually going to trade. So that's pretty cool. And let's see what the 2500 looks like on that chart. I'm just curious. So 2500 is right here. It's where price is actually right now. It's at 2500. 25,000, excuse me. So we're there. We're right at 25,000. So interesting. I could see us actually going lower, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But my bias for right now is that we're going to rotate back up to this area right here before deciding to continue up higher or continuing down lower. So let's see how it plays out. We'll drop the profile chart. We'll zoom in a little bit. I'll talk about these indicators. I always do this for those who are just catching this stream for the first time, or if it's just habit. I'm going to talk about what all these indicators are. Okay, so I have a aggregated big trades indicator. They are these different circles that you see. The larger the circle, the more trades occurred in that area. And they represent aggregated trades, so they happen from one entity. That's important. Those are zones that are really important. I'm going to give you an example right here. This was an area where a big player stepped in. And I would venture to probably take it down. That would be my protection. If I'm saying, okay, I want to enter if price comes back down to here. Well, what you can see is price came back down to essentially the middle of this range. That could be just coincidental. And then it printed this heavy effort zone, which basically it's another indicator that shows when there's a lot of effort to move the price up. It's usually going to come back there and bounce off of it. Okay, so this might be an area that we bounce off of and move up higher, or if we reject from it, we may actually go down lower. That's a possibility too. Or we can consolidate over here, because we also have this selling area up here where aggressive sellers stepped in and pushed the price down. So these aggressive buyers were met by aggressive sellers, and price rejected hard, kind of got exhausted. Then after confirmation, we had a big aggressive selling move here. Big players stepped in. So this zone right here is also in play, right? Price could ping pong back and forth between here too for a while. So it's just an area to look at. And obviously we have these other areas marked as well. And these lines are just zones where there's a lot of pressure or absorption in either direction. So that's essentially what I'm looking at. I use aggregated big trades because that's where I want to get involved or start to pay attention, because that's where big players got involved. So that being said, I think we're ready to go. And what's interesting, man, that green zone there, let me open up my profile chart. Is it really that big? Oh no, that's just what I created. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that. We don't need this zone. It's just completely, that was our initial range. Can I not? Oh, it is from the other chart. Holy shit. So that's that small zone. Like, oh, it looks so much smaller on the range chart. Okay, that's this area right here. All right. So I want to break through that area, take some longs, or reject from down here. This is going to be interesting. All right, so bringing up the back tester, we're going to change this to 5, meaning the 5th day of February. We're going to change this to 9:29 in the morning. And then we'll reset it and set it. We'll just keep this up here in the corner. It'll tell us what time we're at. We'll zoom in a little bit. You can see the time horizon on the bottom. We're at 9:29. So we're just going to watch, right? We already mentioned that we have a bullish bias. For the day. But I wouldn't be surprised to see the price move down first to retest the bottom. But clearly this huge move right here is likely to be retested. And there's another little imbalance zone right here that we may bounce from. So let's go with this right here. Hit play. Bars are going to move fast. The other thing to note that the width of the candles, the fatness is the volume. So they're volume-based candles, and the color is based off aggressive delta, buying or selling. The deeper the color, the more aggressive control that the buyers or the sellers had for that candle. And the candles are 40 tick candles, meaning for every 40 ticks that price moves and then moves the 41st tick, it creates a new bar, and then it could reverse. So this could be 40, 41, 42, 43, and then it goes down 41 from the top, etc., etc. So first move with volume, pretty good volume here. Price is moving up, but it's being rejected from this effort zone that we had on the previous RT8 session. So what you're not really seeing is the overnight sessions here. Then price rejected heavy. Look at the speed of tape here. Just lots of selling pressure. Buyers are stepping in though. There's aggressive buyers here. Sellers are also stepping in. And price continues to push down lower. Aggressive sellers stepped in here, and it looks like they got rewarded. We come back in to this heavy selling pressure zone. Now, this is a battle, right? We have a battle going on over here. So it's still too early to enter. We're only less than a minute into the session, even though all these bars printed. Now, this is pretty strong zone. So when I see this, I just know that I likely want to enter. Putting my stop loss down here and putting my profit, we'll just go for a quick 1-to-1 scalp. So we're looking for about 500. We could definitely go farther, right? But we're not trying to get greedy here for our first trade. We're just trying to get on the board. So we get it. Quick $500 scalp. And this is real time. It might have been a 30-second trade. It had one contract, NQ. So nice profit. This is also from the day prior, so it doesn't reset. So price rejected back down. Made a lower low. Lots of buyers are stepping in, but sellers are definitely in control, pushing the price down even farther with volume and aggressiveness. So there's nothing right now that tells me that price is going up. Okay, now we get a reversal effort zone with some uh, volume here, and we rip through those zones. Expect to get some type of retracement. Now more effort. Buyers are really stepping in now. So lots of green zones being created. So this zone is invalidated. Price is unlikely to come back. I'm going to pick this second zone here until it's invalidated. That's a more conservative entry. Really not a good place for a stop other than behind where these aggressive sellers got absorbed right here. You can see there's aggressive sellers here, then price just went up. And from a profit taking standpoint, I think we would take it back to the IBV high, assuming that we're going to get a test up. So now we got that stop loss. So we're going to be really tight with the stop loss. Right behind this candle. We're going to take that back to the IBV high. Still looking good. Lots of buying. A little bit of selling, stepping in. Another selling, aggressive selling zone printed. We're likely to get stopped out here to be square. We'll be lucky. We have a very tight stop though. And now we have another zone that printed. Now we're looking good. If we break the IBV, I would expect that we retrace again. And I'm looking to re-enter in this bottom zone once again. A little more conservative. But we've already tapped into that zone. Now it's gone, so we move it up to the next zone. We may not get filled. We're already good on the day, making a couple trades, so we can be very, very, very conservative to protect profits. We don't need to take every single zone that prints. But these zones are holding up really well today. We haven't returned to this zone yet, but we did bounce off of this small green zone and then continue to impulse and extend higher. Lots of aggressive buying here, but notice how price is starting to stall out. And this is at a level that we had marked, right? We marked this level. I think this was an exhaustion level maybe. Now we tap back into this zone and technically we should be able to take it out. Put our stop loss maybe behind here, very conservative, and go for a nice little return. We got stopped out, so small loss. Zones are really tiny. So sitting on the hands at the moment. A little bit of selling pressure here. We've had a battle in this zone before. So this is a no trade zone. I want to be out of this zone before and above this IBV high before I take another trade. So we're 36 minutes in to the session. Excuse me, 6 minutes into the session. So in 6 minutes, we moved 186 points to the downside, then returned 192 points to the upside. Breaking structure, which to me validates a higher probability of continuing upward. So any aggressive action above this level, I'm market smashing. Looks like aggressive buyers are stepping in here at the top. Sellers are doing their best to reject. Looks like they're winning. I'm confident. I'm taking the trade. Putting the stop behind this doji-like candle, 460. Moving our profit up to the next zone. And price reacted from over here before. We not broke the IBV high yet? I thought we broke it. Because we should see the protection zone and the extension zones, but I don't see them. So maybe we just tapped off of it and didn't break the high. I thought we broke this IBV high, but apparently we haven't. We just tapped off of it from the open. Or the backtester is not functioning properly. One of the two. Looks like the back. Oh, okay. Here's why. Because we're still only 8 minutes into the session. It's going to take an hour to set up the IBV. So this is interesting. I'm going to get out of this trade right now because we have a nice little fight going on in this zone right here. We're only 10 minutes into the day. And I kind of don't want to be involved in that area. So this zone that we marked out from the profile chart is pretty crazy, right? It's a small zone. Looks like we ripped through it over here, but it was like a VWAP, I believe, on the higher time frame. So buyers are stepping in. So I think we're above the VWAP. Let's pull up the, let's just pause this for 1 second. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so we broke that zone and then rejected back down into the middle of it. This is an area where I would expect a potential entry back up. I'm going to market smash that up. Stop loss here. Take profit. We're out. Another 650. Remember, this is real time, by the way. So that was a fast trade. And that was 65 points, by the way, in the matter of seconds. So if you're trading on a platform that's like less, or you have to trade, be in a trade more than 21 seconds or it gets canceled, that's a problem, right? You did a very good trade and you didn't get rewarded for it because of a stupid rule. So this is kind of hyper scalping, I would say, in a sense. So that was a valid zone, very tiny, but valid. So we likely would have had our stop behind this little doji here or hammer. We could definitely re-enter, stop loss behind the doji. Maybe take profit up here. And we'll just follow it up. Every new swing it creates, we'll just follow the trade up. Actually, don't even think we need to take on that much risk with all of this strong effort. So now we move it up into profit. We get stopped out, we could re-enter. Another zone print. We could even add here if we'd like. Move it up to the next swing low. And we get stopped out. I'm going to put in a buy stop at the top of the zone here. Stop loss below. Take profit back at the IBV high or higher. These target this 1-to-1. And we get stopped out. So yeah, we are at 9:45, 15 minutes into the session. Still hovering around that IBV high. Well, the more I do this back testing, the more I feel like I should be done trading by 10 a.m. every day. I'm not even gonna lie, right? I don't even need to be here because I think you wait a few minutes, you jump in, you get out, you call it a day, go have some fun. Man, who wants to be looking at the charts all day, right? Well, I do. I love it, but a lot of aggressive selling on the speed of tape here. So obviously we're in consolidation now. Another thing you can do is create a fixed range volume profile. Sellers really stepped in right here. It's going to take a lot of effort to get through there. That might be the top for the day. We'll see. Now aggressive sellers are stepping in. Looks like on the profile, a lot more selling than buying on the aggressive side. As well as looks like some passive sellers stepping in here too. Another big wick rejection on the 40 tick. And then we get this strong effort print zone to maybe break through the zone. I don't trust it though. So I'm not going to take it because I see all of the aggressive selling that's stepping in at that level. So I'm kind of, to me, with all the buying effort, there's just as much selling effort. So it's like we have an advantage there. And at the same time, I'm not willing to deal in this range right here. I think it's a no trade zone. Idiot box. Okay, so now we broke through it. I like a sell here. Stop loss. Coming back down to, let's do a 1-to-1 here. And we get stopped out. So back into the idiot box. No worries. So aggressive buyers being absorbed. Can we break through that zone? It doesn't look like it. But let's see. It's a battle for sure. See all these multiple mitigations. Some more strong resistance. I'm still on the sell side. We have strong stop loss above. Take profit back down to the bottom of the zone because I expect us to leave it if it's a true down move. And we get stopped out again and it actually goes up. So shame on me, right? We're back to about break even on the day, I think, or maybe I was at 3,000, so I might be up about a K. So that's how it works. I traded in the idiot box, right? Number one, when you trade in the idiot box, that's what happens. You get hosed. Now what's interesting here is we're still not initial balance. It's only 950. We've been trading for 20 minutes. Okay, so this is the first 20 minutes of the market. And already we've moved a crazy amount. We moved over 291 points, over 300 points. So those were bad trades. But when you're in profit for the day, you can take some chances, right? You want to use that profit to try to create more, right? But when we get back close to break even, we want to make sure we have those A+ setups. We can't take any chances. I'm still in this idiot box, so obviously I want to take it for a third time, right? I really do. Because I think we have a lot of room to the downside, and I feel like the top has been essentially protected or defended. fairly well. Looks like we have some exhaustion up here too, not so much aggressive buying anymore at the top. So um, we're going to do it again because I feel good about it. If we can return to that zone, putting our stop loss above the, we're going to be very tight with this stop loss. Now second zone prints outside of the idiot box. Tight stop. Let's go for a 1-to-1 on this 515 to 515. Perfect example of why you don't trade in the idiot box, right? So thank God we're backtesting. That's all I can say. So I said it 3 times and I still did it. So we're cut off, right? We can't do it anymore. We cannot trade in this box, right? We need to make sure we clear this box. I would almost venture to say that we need to now make sure that we break out and retest the IBV high before we enter up. And we need to break or retest this golden line down at the bottom before we, or at least break this level right here. Just early. I think we're just early. I'm not taking it again. Not gonna happen. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, shame on me. So that's our big takeaway on this session. Don't trade in the idiot box. All right, the value area, the middle of the value area, even more so. I don't even know that. I didn't even know I had an entry there. Let's just get out of that. That wasn't a trade. So we were just early. Isn't that crazy? We just had our stop way too tight. If we wanted to take on that additional risk, we would have been okay, but we had a very, very tight stop inside that box. We need to have our stop outside of the idiot box, but still think not the best trade. Okay, so here's what I do like though. We're approaching the middle of the initial balance. We're still only 54 minutes into the session. So now we're retracing back to 50% of our opening price. We're nearly there. This is the 50% mark. We have some sellers being absorbed right here. Buyers are trying to push above those absorbed sellers. And the sellers make some progress. You take a few L's, you start to get a little hesitant, even in backtesting. So this is another move, but since we're at about that 50% range of the initial balance, I think we're going to do some consolidation here before we make another move. Still have some downward momentum. Price is crawling lower. We broke through that 50% range. Aggressive buyers are getting a little bit absorbed, but they're stepping in to defend. This could be a move back up to the top, an opportunity for a really, there it is. Yeah. That's what it looked like to me. The stop loss behind was that 6801. Let's do a 20 point stop. Actually, maybe 22 point stop. Take profit. 20 points. Actually, maybe back up to this. So I have my long bias, and then I shifted and started trading back down. Or I probably should have just stayed with my long bias and just took long trades. I just trade long. We get stopped out again. So now I think we're in the red for the day. We started around 37, 3,800. So not trading very well right now. And I was just early on the reversal. Now we did have an area of a lot of previous buying pressure around here, so even higher. I would anticipate when we rotate back up, if we can see it, we may be able to redeem ourselves here. Wow, it's moving. Let's buy in. Stop loss. We're going for a big move here. So we're risking 700. To pull ourselves all the way back up, and we'll trail it. And we are just getting wrecked today. So complete opposite of yesterday's. I was reading the action well, and today I'm just getting destroyed. Just getting destroyed. Done by 10 a.m. We're down about 1,000 on the day. We'll just wait for our next setup. So I was just early on that retracement. Be interesting if we touch back all the way down to the IBV low. It's insane. In an hour, we have 600 points of movement. Fucking insane. Just getting wrecked. We're gonna have to come back and replay this day again and figure out like where I can improve on my reads. 300 points up, nearly 300 points down. Having back into this imbalance. I'm looking to come back up. Lots of aggressive buyers stepping in. We break through this zone for a little pullback. Hopefully we get a print, a zone print. Or we can try another entry. We'll have a tight stop. Sellers got absorbed here before. Probably market smash it. So we're getting lots of buyers getting destroyed at the top of these little pullbacks. We are building some structure here. So we're going to put in a buy stop, a little different strategy here, just so we don't miss it. We're going to put in a buy stop from the top of this wick. And we're going to try to ride it all the way up to the middle or get stopped out trying. We are making lower highs and lower lows, so there's no sign of stopping. Looks like we are going to retest that initial balance low. All right, so that's what I like to see right there. We're going to market smash in. Put our stop loss behind the initial. We'll go take 5. I don't know how much. How much? 2 to 1. This is crazy. We're gonna get stopped out again. It's just these sellers, man. They're just like eating up all of the buyers who are stepping in. He's like, I'll sell down here. I'll sell down here. The bottom. I'll sell at discount. It's fine. So right now we're at the bottom of the 30-day composite profile. Like we essentially created a new bottom of the 30-day profile down here. We essentially equal lows. And look at that, man. Look at that shit. Sellers got absorbed. 332 sellers got absorbed by passive buyers. And now it's moving back up. And we miss getting ticked out by literally a couple ticks. Well, what the fuck? What's going on up here? Did we enter a short? Am I crazy? No, okay. It's all happening so fast. It was just where we set our stop. Okay, we're good. That wasn't our entry. That was our stop loss. Stop loss, better entry. That's what they say. I like being, man, this is crazy. Insane. Insane fucking price action. Just 60 points, just like that. Sellers are fucking strong today. So more sellers stepping back in, pushing the price even lower. So on our 90-day, we are just we're finding our way back to a couple of days of point of control. So we could definitely get a bounce right here. Um, this is a logical place where price might bounce. And we are getting some aggressive buyers stepping in. Can they hold this level? Is the question. I'd be happy to enter here again. But we are down a couple K on the day. We'd likely consolidate here for a bit. Man, buyers are getting wrecked. Without these tools, if I was just looking at candlesticks without context, dude, I would have already blown all my accounts. We're still only 45 minutes into the session. We've had more than 600 points of movement if we count both directions. This downswing, $374 points. So I'm going to pull this over. So if you look on the 90-day profile, we're currently down here in this value area. Logical turnaround point somewhere in here. Have to be patient though, right? I can't just keep getting destroyed like that. Not trying to snipe the bottom exactly. Want to make sure we're all right. Need to get above where these buyers got absorbed before. And there we go. There's our zone. So here's our opportunity. Stop loss behind the zone and the candle below these aggressive buyers who stepped in. And ultimately, try to come all the way back up to point of control, which is 6K. So what I see is another stop out. Missed me by like a tick, right? Multiple mitigations here. It's almost nap time. So 10 more minutes until the initial balance is set. We're going to speed this up just for the sake of time because I'm either getting stopped out or we are going to push up. So market just destroyed me today and we get stopped out again. So no love for this guy. It's fucking insane. Absolutely insane. So back to the drawing board. Just when you think you know everything, just when you think you have a good plan, you get punched in the face, and that's what happens. You get punched in the face. So good backtesting session. Definitely humbling because I've realized that I'm capable of making a lot of poor decisions, or I'm just getting unlucky with my entries. I would say it's probably more poor decisions. 3 to 4 of those trades at the beginning were in the idiot box. This is now a consolidation idiot box again, where we just can't trade it because, I mean, if you could scalp it up and down, I guess, but yeah, I don't want to trade this. And to me, it looks like it's going to continue to go down. So my bias for the day was wrong. Um, then I tried to change my bias to short. It was wrong. Then I changed it back to long, and it was wrong. So I'm just getting smashed today. And it looks like we maybe moving up. We have another zone. Do we take the zone? Do we trust it? Well, let's do it. Stop loss. It is testing. And we did it in the idiot box, right? It just said, don't trade in the idiot box. And I'm in the idiot box trading again. So a lot of these zones do print in the idiot box, and I don't think they're that reliable in this area. They're more reliable when the market is trending towards the top of a range or to the bottom of the range. We're gonna get stopped out again, man. Like that's like 0 for 7 or 0 for 8, just back to back to back to back ass kickings. You know what? Let's go 8 times speed. Just stop me out already so I can take a nap. Okay, we win that scalp to the top of the idiot box. It makes its way right back down to the bottom. So we get one. Not doing it. So I don't want to enter long until we get over this range here. If anything, yeah, I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that scalp. I'm not doing it. Now the initial balance has been set. So do we break the bottom? Do we start to rotate back towards the top? Question of the day. I'll be honest, y'all. I might have to continue this on the next episode because I feel like I need to take a nap. That's insane. I'm falling asleep at the wheel here, and it's only like 4:42 p.m. my time. So with that, we got wrecked. We're like 1 for 8 on trades. We're approaching the initial balance low. Looking, we did break it. It's a neutral bias, meaning ranging. And 44% of the sessions when this type of shit happens, it's a ranging market. So we could likely rotate up or down to the middle, back down, up to the top, back to the middle, something like that. I'll continue this later on once I wake up from my nap. But for now, we're just going to call it. Thanks for checking in. Hopefully, you learned something about idiot boxes and where not to trade, even if zones print for you, or even if you have indicators or things that tell you to get in. You kind of got to pay attention to more than just what the indicators are telling you. And got a little cocky there, and I think that cost me some, first, anxiety, secondly kind of messed with my head, and thirdly um money. So that's it.